with that down, let's move on to this, shall we? You know, one of the biggest things that people have been talking about the last year or so has been, where is Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves' The Batman 2? And there were some whispers and some rumors going around, but now we have some good news and maybe some bad news. As is being reported in a number of the trades, including fan sites and whatever, Matt Reeves is reportedly not on right now as the director of Batman 2, but the Batman 2 does have a start date. This is what's being written. It says this: a new report suggests that Matt Reeves may be stepping down as the director of the Batman Part 2, but will remain on as the scriptwriter. We can't stress how much caution you should use with this report. If it had come from somewhere else other than Production Weekly, and that's where this report is coming from, a very respected trade publication. Production Weekly, a trade publication that offers status updates on films, we more than likely wouldn't even discuss it. So here's the basic thing. The report in Production Weekly, which again, a very reputable inside trade publication, has said that The Batman 2, as written by Matt Reeves, will go into production on March of 2026. That's when they're saying it's going to go into production. So we have a production start date. Here's the catch. In Production Weekly, where they list the writers, they also list the director. And they do not list Matt Reeves as the director. They don't list anybody else, but they don't list Matt Reeves as the director. Now, could that just be an oversight? It could be. It doesn't happen often, but it could just be an oversight, okay? So it is possible that, Matt Reeves is absolutely still the director of the Batman Part 2, and that was just a simple oversight. Could be. So let's keep that in our minds as we continue to talk about it. Here's the thing, and I struggle, Rob, with how much to say or not say. You guys will remember about a month ago, I mentioned and it got everybody mad because I was like, I've been told something and they said it was okay for me to share it, but I don't know if I feel good about sharing it. Then I didn't share it. And then everybody got mad, but I did tell you, Rob, and I told Ray and I told Jonathan, but I didn't tell the thing. So from what I have been told, and I'm not going to go into details, and you guys have seen other rumors online about this, but what I got told about a month ago was, without giving specifics, there's something going on with Matt Reeves. And it's something that, if it's going to be public, it should come from Matt Reeves, not anybody else. So I know everybody hates it when I'm kind of vague, but if, Rob, what I was told and what I passed on to you and what I told you is true, it's not surprising hearing that he won't be on to direct the Batman 2. Although I don't think it's impossible that he could come back and direct Batman 2. So what would it mean for something like Batman if Matt Reeves can't come in and direct it? Because I've already heard a lot of people say, understandably so, it's like, there's no point in even doing it if Matt Reeves isn't there to direct it. It won't be as good. It can't be as good if Matt Reeves isn't there to direct it. To which I would say, you know what else Matt Reeves didn't direct? Penguin. Of course, he was very involved with that project. He's the one who got it set up. He's the one who set the direction for it. And then, trusted screenwriters with his vision, trusted other directors to come in and direct it. So he didn't direct anything, but it still worked out great because Matt Reeves set up the template. This is the world. This is the universe of the Batman. And it turned out fantastic. It turned out absolutely fantastic. So does the Batman 2 need to have Matt Reeves actually there on set in the director's chair directing the movie himself after he's already set up the universe, set the templates, written the script? Does it have to have him as the director in order to succeed? I would certainly, as a fan, like to have him in there directing, but the Penguin proves to be in this Batman universe. It doesn't have to be him in the director's chair. He's already had such a huge influence on it that a capable director who understands Matt's vision should be able to step in here, Rob, and take the reins and move forward. Here's the other thing that really stands out to me about this is that there's been absolutely unfounded nonsense out there. People saying James Gunn doesn't want Matt Reeves' Batman. James Gunn wants to get rid of it. Listen, idiots. James Gunn is the CEO of DC. If James Gunn didn't want Matt Reeves' Batman, he would simply say, we're moving on from Matt Reeves' The Batman and we're going to focus on DC, the DCU's Batman. If this report is accurate, and again, take it with that giant grain of salt and with that giant Thunderbolts-like asterisk. If this report coming out of Production Weekly is accurate and Matt Reeves is not going to be directing it, then it doubles down on the assertion of just how much James Gunn and Peter Safran do want this Batman sequel. Because, I mean, listen, if we lived in a world where James Gunn and Peter Safran didn't actually want this Batman movie to be made, Rob, then this would be the perfect opportunity for them to go, oh, Matt's not available to direct, and we wouldn't want to do it without Matt, so we're just going to move on. For this to come out and say, hey, we've got a production date, and maybe Matt Reeves is not part of it, but they're still doing it, to me, that just verifies the fact that, yes, James Gunn wants exactly what he said he wanted. He wants the Batman too. He wants this Batman to exist at the same time that the DCU is going on. So that's encouraging to me. So yeah, listen, again, bottom line, it's really disappointing if Matt Reeves can't direct this film, but I don't think that's the end of the world for this movie if he can't, because he's already set the template and Penguin has shown that they could still do great storytelling in this world he's created, even if it's not him in the director's chair. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Hungryroot. Okay, so I'm sure you guys can all relate to this. Spring hits and suddenly life goes from like 0 to 100. Busy season is officially in full swing over here. And honestly, who's got time to go grocery shopping? That's where Hungryroot comes in. See, because Hungryroot is like having your own personal shopper. I told them my goals and they started curating groceries for me that actually fit my life. Be it smoothies, snacks, salad kits, even ready to eat meals. All clean ingredients, no artificial junk. This week, I got the grilled turkey tenderloin with pesto grilled veggies, and it was amazing. And I got my usual protein-packed snacks. It's like they're learning my taste better than I even know myself. And the best part is, I don't have to waste time driving to the grocery store and wandering the aisles. That's time I can spend doing literally absolutely anything else. Guys, I love Hungryroot. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/Campea and use the code Campea. That's hungryroot.com/Campea, code Campea, to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/Campea, code Campea. Anyway, Rob, you saw this report in Production Weekly saying that we've got a March start date for production, which is still a long ways off, but it gives them plenty of time to be ready to start rolling cameras, finish the scripts, get pre-production, get all the set design done, get all the costuming done, all that kind of stuff. And then how big of a deal, positively, negatively, it's okay, it's not okay, if indeed Matt Reeves is not directing this film? How do you see it?
Well, Irvin Kershner directed The Empire Strikes Back
That's
after
true.
George Lucas directed the first Star Wars. So I think it always comes down to talent, and it always comes down to finding somebody, a director who's passionate about the material. And I think, look, following in the footsteps of that first The Batman movie, I think a great director would be happy to take that task on. And they've certainly got a great team of people that were not only able to make, as you pointed out, the Batman, but they made the Penguin too, which was an unbelievable show. So, and Matt Reeves hopefully will be able to participate in some way, surely as a producer and a writer, probably. And I think that there's no reason not to return to that universe. I mean, no one's going to mistake it for the DC universe that James Gunn is cooking up. But I really would like to see Pattinson in the cowl again. I really enjoyed that film. And I thought it was a different take, a more grounded, down-to-earth take, the way Nolan's were, but even more grounded than that. And I really enjoyed everything about that movie. And I would like to see a second one. And I think, you know, it would behoove this. The movie was, it did make $1 billion, but it did very, very well. And I would love to see the elements, just the feel of that universe, that Batman universe that's unique to the Penguin and to the Batman, be continued, because I think it deserves to be. And so I think that there are plenty of directors. I mean, I think about the fact that, like, Francis Lawrence came on and took over directing Catching Fire and Mockingjay 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You know, you could find a director who's a perfect successor um, for the franchise. I mean, I know a lot of people could look at, especially Warner Brothers movies. You look at someone like Richard Donner. He made Lethal Weapon. And then, of course, you want him to come back and do Lethal Weapon 2, which he did. And I understand that continuity. George Miller doing the Mad Max movies. Totally understand that. But I think that we've already seen with Batman movies. I mean, a lot of people like what Schumacher did with Batman Forever, following up on Batman Returns. The less said about Batman and Robin, the better. But I mean, I think that we have plenty of cinema history that shows that a sequel can be made without keeping the original director, and it can be effective. So if Matt Reeves can't do it, I mean, for whatever reason, to honor Matt Reeves and what he's done, I'm sure they can find a successor, especially if the material's great. Hell, man, off the top of my head, I'd love to see David Fincher do a Batman movie. And in terms of that, following in that footsteps.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of different people who can do it. You know, one of the things you bring up, though, that I thought that to me is exciting, because the Batman was done so early in his career as Batman, right? One of the things that I really liked is, and I've always said this about the Ben Affleck portrayal of Batman, is that Ben Affleck and Zack Snyder understood that Bruce Wayne is a fake character. Batman, that's who that guy is. That guy is Batman.
Yeah.
In the alley with his parents, little Bruce Wayne died and the Batman was born. And Robert Pattinson carried that on. But it's so early in his career, he hasn't learned how to manifest that fake Bruce Wayne persona yet, right? I want to see now him getting a little further in his career where he realizes, if I'm going to be able to do this, I got to have Bruce Wayne out there as a face, and I can't be Batman walking around as Bruce. I got to create this facade of Bruce Wayne. I want to see him create that dichotomy between the Bat and the Bruce. You know what I mean?
I mean, that what you just described is a great, that's a great way to get into a new Batman movie. And the fact that this new Bruce Wayne persona, whatever's going on with him and the Batman, there's a story where the two dovetail. And that's a really interesting, great way into that. And I think it's also exciting for any filmmaker to take that on, because we've never seen it on screen before. The manifestation of Bruce Wayne. And I think that one of the things Pattinson did is Pattinson felt like an alien in his own skin. Like when he showed up at the beginning at that crime scene, and he's walking through and the cops, everybody knows who he is, and they're looking at him like he is an alien, because there is no human persona. He's still completely emo, broken Batman. I mean, like you said, and we've never seen the origin of the Bruce Wayne persona is really an interesting idea. Let's see that,
I agree. All right, guys. Listen, we've got to reemphasize here again. There is a couple of other possibilities here, right? This could simply be an oversight in Production Weekly. There could be a number of other explanations going on here. Absolutely keep that in mind. Just for the sake of the discussion, though, I would say that if Matt Reeves is not going to be directing this, I don't think it's the end of the world for the movie. We saw what happened with the Penguin without Matt Reeves directing. As long as it's his world that he created and everything, and it's his vision being carried out, you can have another director come in and kind of do it. So we'll see how this all turns out. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? How significant is it, and would it be to Batman Batman 2, if Matt Reeves is indeed not directing it? And what do you think about my other assertion that this just kind of reaffirms that James Gunn and Peter Safran, despite what some people would try to convince you of, actually are very excited about a Batman 2 and really are committed to getting it done, because even if Matt's not doing it, they still want to push ahead with it. However you guys see it, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.